looks like my camera's working. Anyway, my sponsor company here, Runkle, sent me a new tournament jersey. So it's pretty nice. It's that performance wear, so it keeps you cool when it's too hot, and it's very hot today. And the other day we got caught by a surprise storm. It was all bright and sunny like it is today, and we went to the spot. We were actually going to do a carp video, try to catch some carp. And when we got to the spot, it just started pouring down rain, storming. And it was pretty crazy. We ended up, my camera stopped working. We didn't get that much. There was a good bite going for a while there, a lot of fish. But I only got a couple of them on video. And you know, the storm caught us off guard and everything, kind of ruined my camera, but the camera seems to still be working here. So I can go ahead and show those clips now. Oh, let's see here. I'm actually kind of glad I brought a topwater because of the rain. I didn't know it was supposed to rain. I just brought a topwater just because.
I don't think anybody knows it's supposed to rain.
Yeah. Is he on?
No, I think he got off. No, I saw something come up with it, but
yep.
Shallower part that's not moving as much.
Yeah. Actually, I say we throw our baits maybe that way so we can cast the lures this way.
Like you see where that tree is coming
yeah.
down? That's where I threw it more or less. Right outside that current.
Yeah. I was looking for somewhere to put it down and I got a bite. Got him.
Yeah, you got something.
Looks like a bass.
Probably is.
I think we are crossed though. No, not. That's better than the one. That's bigger than the one that hit the whopper plopper. The one that hit the whopper plopper, I don't know what he was trying to do. There's no way it would have fit in his mouth. There you go.
Nip, 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 nip.
Yep.
Waited.
I think my camera shut off, maybe because of the rain. So it was recording.
You got 3 fish without the camera.
Yeah, 3 fish. I think I recorded one of them at least. But what's the goal for today? We're not even trying to catch bass.
Yeah, trying to catch a carp.
Trying to catch carp and maybe a catfish, but carp for sure. Yeah, but we're catching nothing but bass. But if we're out here trying to catch bass, we don't get anything.
Well.
There you go, there you go. That one just went way down. Still on there. Got him.
Little one.
Little one. Bending that rod that far, that little bitty fish.
Hey, bait.
I put it down and I'm getting bites. I'm gonna have to put my rod holder, move my rod holder before I cast out. He's on there. I didn't even set the hook on him. I just lightly started reeling in and he was skiing across the surface. Killing it on these quads today. What is that, like 5 fish already? Yeah. And you're getting another bite? Do need to keep an eye on this water level.
Yeah. I've been watching it the whole fucking time.
Yeah.
Oh. You know, you can bail out or not, you know?
Yeah. Alright. Not wearing waterproof gear, so hopefully it doesn't ruin my camera. I think it might be time to head out. Anyway, so you see there, there's a couple of shots where I looked down at this rock, and there was a rock about that big, and when we got there, that rock was dry. The water wasn't anywhere near it, and when we decided to leave, that rock was completely underwater. So a lot of stuff going on that day. The storm got pretty bad, and then of course after we were leaving, the sun kind of came out and it stopped raining, but the water level was up too high and it pretty much killed the bite. So I think the current picked up a little bit too much for what we were doing out there. But now I'm downtown. I might go back to that spot a little later in the day. It's a little too hot for that area right now because there's no shade. So I'm starting off over here where I can find some shade. And yeah, last time I was at this park, I went south, caught a bunch of tilapia night crawlers and stuff. This time I don't have any night crawlers. I'm going artificials only, and I'm heading north into the town. So we'll see what happens here. All right, today running 3 rods. I got the mini crankbait again, the Whopper Plopper, and finesse worm. Probably switch that up to a skinny Senko later. Depends, maybe. But anyway, I'm heading north this way, and I haven't really fished that area too much, so we'll see if I can get anything down there. I'm really looking for spots that have some shade. So yeah, I mean, it is about noon, so there's a lot of sun right now, and it's only going to get hotter throughout the day. Maybe a little later on in the evening I'll go back to that spot I mentioned before. And yeah, let's get up under this bridge here and see what happens. Okay, well, I'm actually going to stop here first because it looks like a decent spot, but I'm not entirely sure what I should throw here. Doesn't exactly seem like top water conditions, so I'm going to wait on the Whopper Plopper so a little later. But let me try the little crankbait first. Well, the bass is looking at it, but he didn't follow it. It's not letting me reel in very well. I need to oil this up. That's probably from the getting stuck in the rain the other day. Let me throw this in front of that bass. It's not a very big bass, but it's a bass. Oh, he's already looking for it. Got him. That was pretty cool. I mean, for this area, it's not a bad bass, but looks like a little spotted bass, a little chunky one. No, he's actually, might be a largemouth, but nope, spotted bass. Just need him to stop moving around. There you go. Didn't take much to get him off the hook, but it didn't take much to catch him either. He went after it right away. I was actually stuck on a branch and I had to bring it up over the branch, and when it landed back in the water, he still followed it. So that was pretty cool. Off he goes. And this is also a Runkle bait right here from the Anchor Box series. I'll link that down in the description. Try to link everything. The combo I'm using this on is actually my telescopic Placino combo. So, which in tight situations it works. I usually just carry it in my truck. And I grabbed this one right now because I had it rigged up instead of the one that wasn't rigged up. And there's actually a very large tilapia or something hanging out right there. My underspin reel over here is actually acting up. It really needs to be oiled and greased up, but I don't have any oil on me, I don't think. So I'm gonna do something very, very bad. I don't recommend doing this, but let's get it a little bit wet. Maybe it'll start moving around a little bit better until I can get it oiled up. Yeah, that's actually an improvement already. But I definitely need to get it oiled and greased and dried up. But for the time being, it's actually working. Getting a little bit of water in there. I'm not gonna let it sit long enough to rust up, but yeah. I really think maybe I should take that off and put one of these little swim baits on. Especially because of the rod I'm using on there. Can cast it really, really far with almost no weight on the line with this reel. So water is really clear, and once again I forgot my polarized glasses. But the water is clear enough, I really kind of don't need them. I can see all the way to the bottom, through all the way across the river. Alright, I rigged up something I think would do a little bit better than the little mini crankbait. It's a pink jig head, or a hot pink or orange, whatever, with the swim bait. Should do a little bit better than that little crankbait. Can cast it farther. It's a little bit heavier, but it'll also get down deeper too. That's what I'm looking for, is something that'll get a little deeper. Alright, this stretch right here, it's all concrete and it slopes out to the middle and then it slopes back up to that side, so it doesn't get too deep here. But I am seeing some tiny bass swimming around through here, so maybe there's some bigger ones too. This is one of the unwritten rules of San Antonio, is if you're not fishing near a train, you're not going to catch anything. I thought that was a fish. God damn it. That totally had me fooled. Felt like he was running with it. It's what I hate about these spinning reels, underspin, spin casters. They get tangled up inside there. And I've actually got a fish. I was just trying to untangle the knot and I had a fish. That happens a lot too. Seems like when I try to go overhand with a cast, it gets tangled up inside, but underarm or side to side arm, it works fine. And there's a good fish. Best fish of the day anyway. There we go. What was I saying about you have to be near train tracks to catch them? Well, that's not quite as good as that first one actually, but better than the one I just lost, and he set himself free. That would suck during a tournament to bring one in like that and have it get away. Line twist. A lot of people don't think it's that big of a deal, but when you're using a reel like this, it's a huge deal. What the hell's going on? Is that a fish? Oh, there was something hanging on it, and then a big fish came and looked after it, but both of them fell off. There we go. Got him. It's not the big one, but it's a fish. Ow. So there we go. All my fish have been on Runkle products today too. Runkle swim bait and the Runkle worm, finesse worm. There we go. That's an even smaller one. This one's a little guad. First guad of the day. Look at that. The colors on these guys. As small as he is, it's a really pretty fish. Oh. Well, there you go. They're really active. Really feisty. Alright, there's a lot of shade on that side. There's actually a handful of bass hanging out right here, little ones. But I'm going to throw into that shade over there and see if there's any bigger ones. Whoa, that was really close. Off target a little bit, but close enough to the shade. Is that a fish? That's a fish. That's a fish. Okay. It's fighting harder than anything else today, but it's just a sunfish. Long ear. It's a nice sunfish too, actually. choked it. There we go. Come on. There we go. Nice sunfish there. Fought harder than any of the bass I caught today. Oh, that's a fish. Can't tell if it's real big or if it's just fighting really hard. That might be the biggest one of the day. Yep, best. They've all been about the same size, really. I mean, the bigger ones anyway. But best fighting bass of the day. They're all pretty small, but not quite the biggest one. But he fought harder than the other ones did. Still no comparison to that sunfish I caught. That was probably a carp, but still, that was a big carp hanging out right there. And there was something else that was swimming along next to it. Looked like maybe a catfish. And I've got one. Got a bass. Is that a bass? I thought it was a bass. It turned sideways and looked like one, but no, it's a big sunfish. It's another one of these. These things are getting huge around here. Now this is a sandwich right here. That carp is chasing my lure. Oh my God. They're not biting it, but they're following it. That's insane. I've never seen a carp do this. Not to me. That's a fish. Kind of acrobatic. It's another little bass. Oh! Did he make it? I think he made it. Okay, there we go. There we go. He's on. Got him. Little bass. Oh! They are slipping off at the last second every time. Let me see. It's got to be this barb. It's a really tiny barb on these hooks. Let's see, maybe I can bend that outward some. There you go. This spot here is usually pretty good. In fact, this spot here is the reason I won a tournament out here last year. Oh, got him. Little one. Oh, he slipped off. I need to replace this hook. I need to get in the shade. There we go. First cast out that way. This is the longest one of the day for sure. There we go. Oh, there we go. Man, these sunfish are fighting so much harder than the bass. It's ridiculous. Got him. Got one. Not even the one I was trying to go for. I saw a sunfish there, and a bass came and took it from the sunfish. Good news is, Nothing has been shaking off of these hooks since I swapped it out. That other hook, I kept losing them up right at the bank. This one, the barb's working better, I guess. The problem with cheap Chinese ones, they're really inconsistent. Sometimes you'll get a really good one, and sometimes it'll be really crap. Alright, well, I think I caught just about everything there is to catch right here. And I want to go farther, but to get over there, I've got to backtrack pretty far that way, cross over, and then come all the way back over here. And I don't feel like doing that, so I'm going to walk back to the truck, go rehydrate, cool off for a little while. Anyway, that was a pretty productive day. Mostly on the little swim bait, but also on the finesse worm. And I lost track of what I count. I must have caught at least 10 bass, a handful of sunfish. But yeah, it was a pretty productive day. And yeah, I just need to go cool down, so rehydrate. So thanks for watching. See you next time.